So is Donald Trump about to make Hollywood great again? The president-elect announcing actors Jon Voight, Mel Gibson, and Sly Stallone will be special ambassadors.
What if I told you Rambo, Braveheart, and the guy who called Trump better than Lincoln are now official ambassadors to Hollywood? Yup, and it's not even a joke. It's reality, but kinda harsh. And guess what? Trump says the magic of Hollywood's glory days packed up and left town. The plan? Nobody really knows. But when Trump's running the show, you know it's going to be big, bold, and a lot of chaos.
Congress spent the week on yet another chaotic down-to-the-wire funding battle. So as we close out the week, we turn tonight to the analysis of Brooks and Capehart. That's New York Times columnist David Brooks and Jonathan Capehart.
The world is changing politically, and it's shaking up everything. From elections to Hollywood itself. According to a recent study, left-wing political parties worldwide are getting their butts handed to them. In dozens of elections last year, they hit rock-bottom levels of popularity, some scoring just 45% of the vote on average. Meanwhile, right-leaning parties scooped up with a whopping 57%, marking the biggest gap between the two sides since 1990.
On this announcement, there has been some criticism that Hollywood is losing business to neighboring Nevada because of taxation laws. So tell us more about these appointments.
Why is this happening? Well, let me tell you. It's because people are fed up. And this shift isn't just about politics. It's spilling over into culture too. Hollywood, once the cool kid of global entertainment, has turned into a meme of itself, cranking out movies nobody wants to watch. And now Donald Trump, who's stepping in with his new mission, revive Hollywood. How? On January 19th, 2025, during his Make America Great Again victory rally, Trump-style extravagance, obviously, President-elect Donald Trump dropped a bombshell announcement. He declared that Sylvester Stallone, Jon Voight, and Mel Gibson, Hollywood legends, are now special ambassadors to Hollywood. And not just any old title. They've got to be called Mr. Ambassador, because why not be extra when you can? In his own Trump fashion, he hyped up the appointments like a box office blockbuster. It's my honor to announce Jon Voight, Mel Gibson, and Sylvester Stallone as special ambassadors to a great but troubled place, Hollywood, California, he wrote.
Being the new in news, President Donald Trump just announced a flurry of appointees. We wanted to bring that to you, including envoys to Hollywood. Jon Voight, Mel Gibson, and Sylvester Stallone just named ambassadors to Tinseltown.
He wasn't done. Trump said their mission is to restore Hollywood's lost glory and stop its business from being stolen by foreign countries. Forget Marvel versus DC, it's Hollywood versus the world. And he wants these three legends to spearhead the charge. Trump's big idea? He wants these guys to revive Hollywood, which according to him has been losing its mojo to foreign filmmakers. Basically, Trump thinks Hollywood's glory days packed their bags and moved to Bollywood, Seoul, or anywhere not here, and he's not having it. So he's calling in reinforcements. Trump made it clear that it isn't just a ceremonial title. He's calling them his eyes and ears, adding, "It will again be, like the United States of America itself, the golden age of Hollywood."
Laura Trump was in consideration to potentially be appointed. However, sources say that DeSantis and Trump had spoken. You saw Laura Trump eventually withdraw her name.
Can you picture Sly Stallone sitting at a production meeting? Alright, let's talk about tax incentives and union contracts. Sounds wild. So let me tell you about these ambassador guys. Special ambassadors.
What an honor it is for me to be up here in front of you great men and women who've all come here to celebrate the greatest win of all time.
Jon Voight. This guy's been one of Trump's loudest cheerleaders since day one. At the rally, he got up there and said something like, "Hollywood, America, we're back, baby." Okay, not those exact words, but similar.
I'm so grateful that I'm able to say that Donald J. Trump is the 47th President of the United States of America.
He is stoked and thinks Trump's the savior Hollywood didn't know it needed. He's the elder statesman of the group and possibly the most passionate about the cause. He's been riding the Trump train for years, and once declared Trump the greatest president since Abraham Lincoln. In his statement, Voight got a little sentimental. "I'm old enough to have touched some years of the golden age of Hollywood. I've seen its slow deterioration since. Today we're in pretty bad shape. Very few films are made here now." He even tied in California's devastating fires, calling for resilience and rebuilding. Quite dramatic, I must say.
and accept this, very proud. And I hope in the next 4 years we can get back some of that precious commodity that this country has.
Mel Gibson. Now, Mel was apparently blindsided by this whole deal. You can just imagine him scratching his head going, wait, I'm an ambassador now? But he's on board, promising to help. He even cracked a joke about needing an official ambassador's mansion. But well, nobody really laughs at these kinds of jokes.
All huge Hollywood legends, all folks who have survived numerous cancellation attempts, and shockingly all a little bit conservative. It's a huge departure from the recent years of, the Obamas on the...
When asked about the situation, he said, I got the tweet at the same time as all of you and was just as surprised. Nevertheless, I heed the call. And this is the joke he made. Any chance the position comes with an ambassador's residence?
You got the IQ of a fence post. And she won't fix the border.
Nope. Would you ever make a Donald... There's been a Donald Trump film, but it probably wasn't very flattering. Would you do...
Honestly, I'm picturing Gibson standing outside a Beverly Hills mansion with a "For Rent" ambassador sign. Gibson also made headlines during the 2024 election when he trashed Vice President Kamala Harris. Referring to her, he said, "She's got the IQ of a fence post." Ouch, Mel, but hey, he's never been known for subtlety, so it's fine. Nobody even expects anything from him.
And that's how I began the journey. Something was going to happen. This man was going to go through a metamorphosis and change lives. Just like President Trump.
Stallone is the heavy hitter here, Rocky and Rambo himself. When Trump announced him, people probably imagined Stallone in a suit, pounding a podium yelling, "Hollywood, you're not going down for the count yet." He also had a soft spot for Trump's initiatives, so no shocker he's in.
And I mean it. When George Washington defended his country, he had no idea that he was going to change the world. Because without him, you could imagine.
At 78 years old, Stallone is still throwing punches, this time for Trump. At an event last November, Stallone didn't just endorse Trump. He compared him to George Washington. Yeah, George Washington. Here's what Sly said. "We're in the presence of a really mythical character. Nobody in the world could have pulled off what he pulled off. Guess what? We got the second George Washington. Congratulations."
You know what? I know we've been saying the sky is blue, but it's actually green if you really look up. And then you have the government pushing out, research and science. The CDC issues guidelines. You have scientists going on TV and saying, "Oh, I have 1,900 PhDs. The sky is green."
So not only is Stallone an ambassador, but he also thinks Trump is basically the founding father 2.0. Imagine the sequel, George Washington 2, MAGA Revolution. And you want to know what their job is? Good question. Nobody knows. Trump didn't exactly roll out a 10-point plan. Are they supposed to negotiate with Netflix, bring back blockbusters, convince Martin Scorsese to direct a superhero movie? Who knows? All we know is it's big and unprecedented, just like everything Trump does.
Do you find that in Hollywood these days that there is a different sort of, I feel like the reaction to President Trump's election victory this time, like here in New York, was different.
I'd bring in Sylvester Stallone, I'd bring in Mel Gibson, I'd bring in these people and say, what are we doing wrong? Because we look at the money that Disney lost in the wake of some of their woke decision making. You look at what happened, which beat Indiana Jones. You look at things like Top Gun, which despite the faux pas you mentioned, did extraordinarily well. The movies doing well are the ones represented by the ideology of the folks on your screen. So bring them in, Hollywood.
And trust me, only Trump could pull this off, taking Hollywood stars and turning them into quasi-diplomats. You've got to admit, this is entertaining. And honestly, isn't that what Hollywood's all about? So, did Trump get it right with his picks? Let me know what you think. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching.